Question.
Oral questions. Questions orales. Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, after 8 years, the Prime Minister has said that he had no choice but to double the national debt, increase inflation and interest rates because all spending was absolutely necessary. Yet we've learned today that among the $54 million spent on the ArriveCan application, 76% of the consultants hired did no work at all. Will the Prime Minister get our money back and stop the waste? The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Canadians understand very, very well that when the Conservatives talk about spending, what they want to do is make cuts. They want to cut dental care for Canadians. They want to cut child care services. They want to cut investments in the green economy. That is the reality of Conservative politics, which is so dangerous for Canada. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. We will cut the $54 million spent on the ArriveCan app, which is an example of corruption and scandal from the Liberals. In addition, there's the carbon tax on farmers. I said the other day that the Leader of the Bloc supports 100% of the economic policies of the Liberals. Spending, taxes, higher inflation, higher interest rates, and he flipped out. But the Bloc leader said he will do an about-face and will vote to keep the carbon tax on farmers' barns. How much will it cost farmers and those who buy food? The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, obviously,
Mr. Speaker.
As an Anglophone, a member for Ontario, I can't speak for the Bloc. But I know that Quebec, the nation of Quebec, understands the importance of the environment, understands the importance of industrial investments in the green economy. We are proud to do so. We are proud to do it with the support of all of the members who understand the importance of this for Canada.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
When the Prime Minister doubled the debt, drove inflation and interest rates to their highest levels in a generation, he said he had no choice. Every penny he spent was necessary. Along comes ArriveCan, a $54 million app we didn't need, didn't work, and could have been done for $200,000 or $300,000. Now we learn, based on the Ombudsman's audit, that 76% of the contractors did absolutely no work for the money they received. Will the Prime Minister get taxpayers back this stolen money and stop the waste that is not worth the cost?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, Canadians have learned through bitter experience that when Conservatives talk about the public finances, what they're really talking about is cutting the government support Canadians depend on. What they are talking about is cutting early learning and childcare, which is supporting labour force participation at record levels in Canada, and by the way, making life more affordable for Canadian families. They want to cut dental care, Mr. Speaker. They want to cut essential investments in our green future.
Indeed.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
We want to cut waste and mismanagement that has risen to a level that is not worth the cost after 8 years of this Prime Minister. Speaking of wasteful, this Prime Minister loves to lecture Canadians on how they use energy. He says that he's just like every other Canadian when he stays with a friend at an $89,000 a week vacation. The average Canadian emits 15 tons of carbon per year. His trip emitted 100 tons of carbon.
Wow.
Did he pay the full carbon tax on each ton he emitted for his luxurious vacation?
That would be a lot of money.
Prime Minister and Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, since we're asking questions of MPs, I have a
why she can't answer?
Leader of the Opposition. I'd like to know how much heating
That's interesting.
19-room government mansion that he lives in costs. That would be interesting for Canadians to understand. And, you know, the good news for Canadians is we're helping them with the cost of heating with the carbon rebate. So I want to know, did his family cash their carbon rebate check? It's almost $1,000.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
I can tell the member that I pay for my own vacations and that of my family.
There you go. Drop a W in the chat for Pierre.
Canadians who pay for their own vacations are also paying too much for food. We have a bill, a common sense conservative bill, C-2,
3, 4.
It would take the carbon tax off the farmers that feed us and the consumers that desperately need to put nutrition on their table. Will the Prime Minister stop blocking the bill, pass this law so that Canadians can afford food?
Something's going on with my dog. I'll be right back, everyone.
Prime Minister and Minister.
Hold the fort down.
You know, Mr. Speaker, people who live in glass houses really should not throw stones. And the Leader of the Opposition may be bragging about what he pays for, but I think Canadians should understand he doesn't pay any rent on that 19-room mansion that he lives in. In fact, he's been on the government payroll for more than 20 years, and he qualified for a full pension at 35, Mr. Speaker. And now he wants to take the rebates away from Ontario families. $1,000 a year, he wants to take that away.
That was great.
Then I have Deputy.
The Honourable Member for La Prairie.
Thanks for watching the video to the very end. If you'd like to subscribe, I've made it very easy. You can do so by clicking right there. If you'd like to watch another House of Commons highlight clip, you can do so by clicking right there. And if you'd like to subscribe to my main channel, Mistersunshinebaby, where it's all Canadian political news, then you can do so by tapping up there. Subscribing is absolutely free. There's a button down below that says subscribe. If you'd like to join and become a member and financially contribute, you could do so as well. Thank you so much for watching this video.